How's it going, everybody? My name is P-Brett. Welcome back to another video. This game that you're watching right now was going really well up through the end of round 3, and then the party I was playing against realized I wasn't trash, and all of my teammates left, and then that was the end for me. There's really only so much you can do when 4 pretty good coordinated players are just beelining for you, but it was a pretty good game nonetheless, so I wanted to upload it. Yeah, I just got back from a trip to North Carolina this past weekend. My mom moved away from North Carolina this past fall, so my opportunities to return there are pretty few and far between. So a couple of friends invited me to stay with them for a few days, and I'm really glad I went. Got to see a bunch of people that I haven't seen in like a year and a half, and it was great. Great to catch up with them. My last night staying there, I watched Zantar or Tarzan with the friend I was staying with. Zantar is a reference from a game I play called Wizard 101, which I haven't played in a while, but that's one of the games I grew up with. I really grew up with like Pokemon, Minecraft, and Wizard 101. And the thing about Wizard 101 that has made it so much more fun to like return to it over the years is that game is riddled with references. And I started playing when I was like 7 years old, so I hardly knew a thing about the world. So I didn't get all the like historical references and like pop culture references that game had. But now going back to it and playing through it, it's so much fun to like see all those references that I never understood before. I remember learning about Big Ben, and I was like, "There's no way that's the clock tower from Wizard 101." But yeah, anyways, one of the references in that game is Zantar, and he's this wolf cub that was raised by gorillas. Anyways, before I get too distracted, we watched Tarzan. What a great movie! There's something about those old like late 90s, early 2000s animated films like Tarzan, The Lion King, The Jungle Book, all those. They're so nostalgic for me because those are the ones that I grew up with, but I really think there was something special about those movies. Just I mean, just the animation style. A lot of people would argue that animation has gotten just so much better over the past couple decades, but personally, I just find that old animation style so much more charming. And the soundtrack, oh my God, Phil Collins. Phil Collins is hard to beat. I don't really want to get all like back in my day, but I don't know. I think a lot of things. It's not just movies. A lot of things kind of. I think they had a peak that we may now be past. And I think a lot of things were better, like a decade or two ago. And I feel like a lot of that is just for me. I personally feel like it's just a lot of like corporate greed and just companies trying to like make the most engaging, like action packed, just like mentally stimulating movie they possibly can without more of like a thought on like the story, which I don't know. I look back on those old films and I feel like they were more like passion projects than like an attempt at earning an obscene amount of money, which I think is what made them so good. I think one of the best examples that I can think of for that, at least in like the movie industry of like today, is Marvel. Because back in the day, it used to just be like Iron Man 1, Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3. Those were great movies. I love those. But they were so much simpler and easier to follow. And now it's like they got all these different movies that all have like a pretty similar plot, and they have all these. I was pissed off. He got that kill on me there. I had the win in the bag right there. But yeah, they've got all these different spin-off series and movies that are all intertwined. And if you don't like watch like all of them in chronological order, you're just lost. So like the people who are like diehard Marvel fans watch all of that, and they make so much money for that company. For something I'm a bit more interested in, I look at Pokemon now, and I see a considerable dip in quality from like the early 2000s games. Just, I mean, when you become the highest grossing like media franchise in the world, it's pretty hard to not become like complacent with that. Like they don't really care about quality too much anymore because they know whatever they make, it's gonna sell. It's unfortunate, but money is one of the biggest motivators out there, and sometimes that overpowers values and morality, which it sucks, but I don't know. I mean, oftentimes I believe that things will be a lot better if we did them because we enjoy doing them rather than just wanting to make a quick buck. But I don't know. For a lot of people, I mean, I guess money makes the world go round, as they say. But anyways, that's all I got for today. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next weekend.